This move could change everything as there's currently nobody on the planet that is more influential than Elon Musk. And each move he makes is not only watched closely by fans, but also critics in virtually all markets alike. What he does, says, and even jokes about carries weight. For example, just the other day, he changed his profile photo to a meme called Kekius Maximus. And crypto degenerates quickly launched a meme coin. And this meme coin subsequently pumped to a local high market cap of $410 million right at its high. Could you imagine having the power to literally say something or make a profile photo pump $400 million? However, I'm not here to talk about Doge, which is Elon Musk's favorite token, or meme coins, because in this video, I'm going to share my strong prediction surrounding XRP and its potential to launch on Elon Musk's X payments platform this year. We'll be covering that and also some damning information directly involving Gary Gensler from a recently released clip that's been flying under the radar and now virtually all but confirms this guy was compromised or bought and paid for. So let's dive into the video, and if you're feeling blessed and bullish, comment 777, and if you're going to be the wealthiest person in your family tree, smash the subscribe button. Hello and welcome back to the video. If you're new here, my name is Paul, and you can find me on Twitter or X at PauliDeFi, PauliDeFi. And in this video, first and foremost, I'm going to cover the price action on XRP, as well as some futures information or data, which really tracks what day traders are currently doing, which helps us to get a better feel and an understanding of what's going to happen in the shorter term, which could affect the long-term price of XRP. So as of the last couple of days, I did make a note or a mention of the fact that it is very much possible and likely we were going to dump down to at least $1.99, down to $1.95, in which case we actually did. And I said it is also possible that we wick right below this 190 range, only to liquidate a bunch of traders before moving in the other direction. It seems that XRP has actually had more strength, considering we dumped down to about $1.90 and then started rallying. So we're going to cover that very shortly, but let's look at the futures data. So this is actually one of my favorite tools, and what I love about it is that it is free. If you come over to coinglass.com, go to liquidations, go to liquidation map, you should see something like this. And what I've found is that this is a pretty accurate indicator of where the general day trader or the majority is actually betting. So what I do is I come over from Bitcoin down to this second chart right here. I go to XRP, and then I actually put it on a 7-day time frame. Now, I'm not too sure why it's 7 days versus daily, but this seems to be pretty accurate because obviously we're not looking at days here. We're actually just looking at liquidations and prices on XRP. But what I found is really interesting. Whenever you have a larger left-hand side versus a larger green or right-hand side, this indicates that the majority of people are long. As you can see here, the cliff on the longs is sitting at about $160 million right there, 159. The cliff over on the shorts is sitting at about 71 million. In other words, we have more people that are long to the tune or ready to bet on this market going up to the tune of $160 million versus that about $71 million on shorts. So whenever you get a bigger red side right over here, this is a good indicator that the majority of people are buying XRP and they're willing to put more money behind it. Now, yes, you can get a lot of liquidations, but that's why it also helps to look at a chart. And these charts, by the way, are again on futures, which we're going to explain here very shortly. So I'm going to come over here from Binance. You got to make sure that you're, instead of being on Bitcoin, you are on XRP. And so you can just search XRP. And I like to use the Binance pair. We're already on it, but I just wanted to show you what that looks like because it gives us some data into the biggest futures market in the world. Now, here's the thing. Right here, I have open interest candles. Now, you can see that this chart doesn't look exactly the same as the XRP chart. Yes, sometimes it'll go up, but other times, for example, you'll see the market go up while open interest goes down. Now, open interest simply is the total amount of contracts between buyers and sellers. So whenever you see this thing going up, it means that more people are opening contracts or betting against each other. Whenever you see it dumping, it means that there is less certainty between retail investors or day traders on the direction of the trend, and many of them got liquidated. So for example, you see this large dip or dump in XRP. Well, you subsequently saw a lot of open interest decline. In other words, a lot of people got liquidated here, and that can be shown right here in terms of the liquidations. As you can see here, we had a stupid amount of liquidations, mostly on the long side, right? When you get these big green ones, these are long liquidations, and that would make sense considering the price dumped and people that were long. If let's say their liquidation price was right here at $2.26, well, the price dumped below there and it basically sold their position and then continued moving in that direction. So really what I'm after here, and what I would like to educate you on here, or at least give you confirmation on, is the fact that whenever you see the price of the token start to pump and rally, and you also see open interest increase while at the same time you're getting a lot of short liquidations, this is an indicator that people that were short are obviously being liquidated. They are wrong. That's a given. But what I like to see is open interest increase with the price increase. And what that typically means is that longs are opening at the market. This is a very good indicator that this is a strong and healthy trend. And it makes sense considering we touched about that $2 range one last time, which was our strong support before it was ready to start making and breaking to new all-time highs. So that said, what I like to do is get a trend line tool on the actual chart, and we take it from the very first local high to the next major high, and I'll drag it and draw it all the way across. Now here's the reality. XRP has obviously locally bottomed somewhere in this range right here at about $1.99 down to $1.94. Again, what was our recent all-time high became our support once, twice, and three times as we've created a descending wedge. I would still like to see XRP break above here, but where I'm actually getting a little bit more excited is the fact that we are now on a daily time frame above this range high right here, or our next lower high, which is a good indicator that this local downtrend or intermediate term downtrend is now over. However, I would like to see this close on a daily time frame. So by the time you're watching this today, by about 4 p.m. PST or Pacific Standard Time, if the price closes above this range right here at about $2.30, I do expect it to come right up here to around 250. If we break above the 250 range to 248 range, then that's a good indicator that we are ready to go to new all-time highs. And I would also like to see volume confirm that, as volume has consistently, and I'll go ahead and grab this tool here, consistently declined since that high on December 1st of 2024. So you can see that volume is consistently decreasing, which is why sometimes it pays to look at shorter term time frames. What I can do is come down to that 4-hour time frame, and really what I'm after, you just want to make sure you're not on a log chart, is to see, okay, were we below average on volume, and then into these moves right here, did volume start to increase and incline to the upside? And if the answer is yes, then guess what? This is a confirmed move, and I would argue that it's likely we're going up to that 250 range. We might see a little break above, maybe a little bear trap, maybe a breakdown below. Who really knows? All I think is we're going to get some volatility right in this range here before really being ready to pump hard. That said, if the entire crypto market starts to pump hard, if Bitcoin starts to pump hard, it's virtually impossible that XRP doesn't also pump really hard. So generally speaking, this is really good price action. I'm really liking what we're seeing here. I would just like to see it close above here on a daily time frame. And sometimes, again, it just pays to look at a few other indicators for a confluence. So I like to take that 10 and 20 EMA. And as you can see here, we're getting a lot of choppy type moves with those EMAs. And so it's even better to go to a daily time frame. And on a daily time frame, this is looking really, really good. As we had a breakdown on the 10 and 20 EMA, only to see this crossover happen as of today. So now the 10 EMA just crossed over the 20 EMA, which is the orange line. Volume is still declining into this move, but mark my words, if it continues to increase into a breakout above about 270, things are going to be looking really hot. So right here in this range, any breakout above 272 and 250 with an increase in volume, especially above that $2.70 range, is going to be really positive for XRP, as this is going to be one of the very first times it breaks above that $3 range since 2018. We're talking almost 7 years since it's been here. And because that's the case, and also because it is now the third largest crypto by market cap, sitting at $137 million, this is going to continue to fly. And I would argue bare bones minimum this bull market cycle to probably $400 to $500 million, which should put us into that $5 to $8 range on XRP, which is why I think it's impossible for someone like Elon Musk to truly ignore XRP, as even Linda Yaccarino, who is the CEO of X or Twitter and Elon Musk's company, just shared on December 31st of this year, right before the new year, 2025, X will connect you in ways you never thought possible. XTV, X Money, Grok, and more, but more specifically talking about X Money, as already there have consistently been rumors and even confirmations around X wanting to be the everything platform and Elon Musk launching X Payments. And so a gentleman by the name of Alex Finn basically stated that X Payments is coming in 2025 and that this will turn X into a payments and financial platform. In other words, you'll be able to deposit, withdraw, and even send money to others. It will be fully integrated into content, meaning you'll potentially be able to do things like tip on spaces, posts, and video. But as we already know, Elon Musk is a huge fan and proponent of crypto, but more specifically Doge. So the real question is, will he start to integrate everything else like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the third largest crypto by market cap, XRP? And I think the answer is almost obvious and a resounding yes, considering Elon Musk knows what XRP is. And at one point, he was even asked a question. Now, people say the silence about what he shared says it all. But at the end of the day, I just think he's not trying to pump any one token, Doge being his favorite, and just the fact that it was a total meme, so he didn't really care. But when it comes to actual companies and platforms, I do think he's a bit more careful. Either way, he knows exactly what XRP is. Let's listen to what this video says.
Given how punitive the SEC has been towards crypto under this administration, do you envision the XRP ledger being incorporated into the financial institutions in the future?
Well, I certainly cannot speak to any specific crypto, but you know, I do think that the sort of cryptocurrency is an interesting and probably valuable bulwark against a centralized control. So, you know, this is definitely not an endorsement or lack of endorsement for XRP, but I do think crypto, by its very nature, it helps with individual freedom.
So think about what he just stated. Crypto is a bulwark for decentralization and individual freedom. And to me, that speaks volumes about the fact that X Payments isn't going to just integrate US dollars, but it's going to integrate crypto as well. And here is another video from Crypto Hulk sharing that.
Hey everybody, Elon Musk. There's a lot of news going on. Now what's up with Elon Musk is he announced that X is going to be a payment system in 2025. Now we've got right here Brian Armstrong, who runs Coinbase, who's trying to get Elon Musk and say, hey, let's use Circle. Right here, Coinbase wants Elon Musk to use Circle. Now that's interesting. Experience the power of USDC on Stellar. I'll tell you what, if you're brand new, don't bother to hold Doge. You need to hold Stellar. The Lumens, XLM, that's what you need. My name's Crypto Hulk. This is like really, really something else right here. We're going to go over this. If this happens, this is going to be crazy for you. If you got Stellar, congrats. Congratulations. 7 a.m. Pacific time, YouTube, Crypto Hulk.
Now, what's super interesting about USDC being integrated, which I think it will, is not the fact that it's just Stellar Lumens, but again, we're talking the biggest cryptos will likely be integrated. Stellar Lumens right now is sitting at 16 by market cap, but most importantly, I find it really interesting that it is highly correlated, if not the most correlated token to XRP over everything else. As you can see here, when price of XRP pumps, so does Stellar. And whether Stellar pumps harder at first or later, ultimately they trade very similarly. Yes, the entire crypto market does, but the most correlated tokens in the entire game right now are XRP and Stellar Lumen. As you can see, Stellar pumped pretty hard November 23rd before XRP pumped to its all-time high, but then both dumped and traded almost exactly the same in similar fashion. As you can see here, one pumps a little again, the others dump. And in similar fashion, just the other day on December 31st, right, XRP started pumping and then Stellar pumped in exactly the same time frame. So my prediction for X payments this year in 2025 is going to be that they are going to launch with the US dollar. Then I believe they're going to integrate crypto, likely the first biggest token, Bitcoin, and probably USDC, being that it is a regulated stable coin. I think if those pilots or tokens do well, they are going to launch other cryptos on their platform and truly democratize access to all sorts of cryptos as payment methods. And this would be tremendous for XRP, because even just Elon Musk saying XRP is going to be integrated into the X platform could pump this thing to 6 to 800 trillion, or billion dollars by market cap. 800 trillion would be absolutely insane. So that said, I mean, $800 billion, I really could see that happening. So we have some exciting times ahead of us, my friends. Now that said, the last thing I wanted to share was this video from Gary Gensler back in the day, which is really interesting because this was not making its rounds or was being consistently taken down for whatever reason during his tenure as the SEC chairman, but now he is going to be resigning. Still, this video is quite damning and I believe sheds a lot of light on how he was so compromised. Let's listen to what he shares.
And by the way, just replacing one central monopolist with another central monopolist, a lot of commercial banks aren't terribly excited about that. Maybe you're going to have to give some ownership. Maybe you'll have to give 50% of your ownership to the 20 banks that are now, part of this. I mean, there are other ways to build incentive systems. Maybe you put a native token in there and you give them the native token. So there may be other incentive ways to beat the current monopolist. But I, having been around commercial banks for a long time, they really are looking for ways to replace their aggregators in their back office, whether it's clearing, settlement, exchanges, credit agencies. But they are deeply understanding, because they are pretty ambitious and very good at making money as well. They deeply understand that every idea that's pitched to them is somebody who currently is small but wants to get big and gain market power. So they're also always thinking about how to ensure that there's a check to slow down your startup from gaining market power 5, 10, and 15 years from now. They don't want you to be the next clearinghouse like the Chicago Mercantile Exchange or Intercontinental Exchange. They don't want you to be the next central node of market power. So you might share some of that with them, or you might find an incentive system.
So isn't it quite interesting that what he's sharing we all believe to be true? You have major companies that are essentially monopolistic in their power or their desire to own and control an entire market. And more specifically, when it comes to banking, global remittances, isn't it interesting that the day before the last SEC chairman resigned, they opened up a lawsuit against Ripple and XRP? And then in comes Gary Gensler, who is arguably the least competent SEC chairman in market history, definitely the least popular, and continually opened up all sorts of lawsuits and served Wells notices to companies that didn't even operate like scams, where there really is no regulatory clarity. All the entire industry ever wanted was regulatory clarity, something that he said there was plenty of, but then failed to actually tell people what it was. So that said, things are going to be looking really up, and this video is quite interesting considering when he got in, it seems that the monopolist may have had a talk with him and said, shut it all down until we are prepared and ready. And now might be the time that they're actually ready and they actually have positioned themselves in crypto in a way that they hadn't before. So with all of that said, I would like to say I am currently bullish on XRP as the price has pumped pretty hard from that $2 range. We are currently above $2.32. I would like to see it hold and close this range for the day. And if it does, I think we are likely to break above this descending wedge. But most importantly, and I'll go ahead and draw that line out for you one last time, but most importantly, above this $2.72 range. And if we break above both of these guys and we get some volume consistently growing or confirming those moves, right now it's in a decline, then yes, this will look really, really good for some new all-time highs into the end of the year. Now that said, if you haven't already, head on over to bullrunners.com. You can find the link description below, or the bio, I should say, where you can see it. It says bullrunners.com. This will take you to a page that is for Altcoin Pro University. This is the best university for crypto on the planet. Currently, we have 1.2K paying members. These are people that are taking their crypto journey very seriously, are committed to becoming crypto millionaires in 2025, and the price is now $197 a month. However, the value you get on the other side is insane. Watch this 26-minute video to learn more about what you get on the other side. But you get everything from altcoin picks to live calls where we teach you how to do technical analysis and fundamental analysis like a pro. So if you watch this video, you're like, dang, that would be really cool to be able to do. You're going to be able to learn that on this call. Not only that, but I'm going to be doing live calls this year in the back end, teaching stuff that I simply cannot cover on the channel. We're going to be showing you altcoin picks that 5x, 10x, 50x, sometimes even 100x, and we have the results to prove. We're going to consistently be adding to our courses and our class content throughout the year. Currently, we have over 100 expert curated classes, and we're consistently adding to it. And again, because everyone is paying to be here, these are people that are taking their journey very seriously, which means the alpha and the value you get from simply being in a community like this is bar none, hands down, some of the best you'll get in the world. So one last time, if you haven't already, go to bullrunners.com. You can find the link in the description below. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. I appreciate your time. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.